Oh my god. Who logs on? Who are you that logs on right when and it's only one person? Is someone else like is this a suicide hotline? Maybe it's a robot. But I think the fact that we have I mean, Memorial Days and stuff mean more to me than like Mother's and Father's Day. Like, to be honest with you, like my mother and father, which I don't really have, but like I had, like God makes it like you had to come from somewhere. You came from your a female and an egg, and they don't really mean anything to me as much as like I think it's more significant. Like more, I gain more real stuff from the outside world. I guess you could say. I don't know if anyone else thinks like that. I probably shouldn't even talk about them really. But there was this one time, like they want to make it be that like they're the only people that exist and that and they're you know to be worshipped because that's what they say the Bible says. It's like I've never gotten to the point of ever worshiping them, but it's like they want to make it seem that there's no one else around and no one else cares about me, and they've like saved me from myself in a sense. That's exactly how they want me to see it, and it's like that's pathetic. And honestly, it's kind of like dealing with somebody like with a delusion, and it's like it's they want me to see a delusion, and how I dealt with it sometimes was almost dealing with the person that has a delusion. Like I've just never really taken anything that seriously. Like I really haven't. Like when you really look at my life, I like really haven't like taken anything seriously. It's just really hard for me to do that. Like if someone were to be like, "Can you commit like whatever?" Like, yeah, I can commit to coming to work on time, but I don't really make promises or things like that. I don't get really emotional. I'm just not very like serious. Like anybody that's trying to make me feel serious about something, I'm like, that's just how I am. And like no matter how many years you're with people in authority figures wanting you to worship them, they really can't take that away. Like no one can really change a person. I mean, people. I guess I'm built not to be changed. I think I just have a strong identity or something. I definitely can separate shapes and objects, but I think the silence is kind of weird. Someone else thinks so too. The silence is fucking weird. How people try to control me is weird. Have you ever been abducted by aliens? Can I be? You asked, have I? But I said, can I be? Is that my level of intelligence? Do you think my level of intelligence is that? Because they always say aliens are so intelligent. You, does it seem like I've been. You know, something else that's weird is that Tom Cruise really spoke out about the people that tried to destroy me, and they associated him with Scientology. But anyways, these people are fucking retarded. Oh, are you saying that aliens are amphibians? Like, oh my god, it's like I'm 14 again. Like, this is exactly. I think it's so funny. Like, I'm 35 years old, 35 and a half almost, and it took me like the minute I started going through puberty, everyone had so much pressure on me to shave everything. So this past month, I all of a sudden I was like, this is so gay. And so literally, like I'm behaving like I know this is how I would be. I would do that. Like it's a natural thing and stuff. I would like show the person my armpit hair, like look at that shit. Like I'd be fucking. I went through puberty probably late though, but I probably went through it 14. I'd be doing that shit all the time. Like, oh my god, that's crazy. Like, I never even got to see my body change. Like going from no armpit hair to fucking this in a matter of a week. That's just fucking crazy. It fucking is. That shit's fucking crazy as fuck. But I'm kind of glad because I'm sure, obviously the people that I grew up around, they didn't want to see that shit. Can you imagine bullying? I had two brothers. Can you imagine the bullying the one female that's going through puberty so she would shave? Like that's fucking bullshit. And it's like hair isn't even a form of obviously the men that want that, they have problems with their masculinity because hair isn't even a form of masculinity, is it? Because what I learned is that when a woman goes through puberty, she gets more estrogen. So how is it even masculine? I mean, does it say her bones in her face grow? No. When I went through puberty, I fucking thinned out. I'm guessing some people do though. I just don't get it. I just really don't get it. What aliens see wrong with females with fucking hair everywhere? Like, how dare you tell a 14-year-old to shave her body? You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about it. Like, how dare you? Like, that's such a sensitive, like, that's such a thing where a special thing between that person, like, she's only a human once. She gets to go through puberty, and then the minute she does it, you try to shame her and bully her into shaving off her growth. Like that's just fucked up. And it's like the fucked up part to me is that they're at such a young age going through a transformation, and it's not, you know, it doesn't seem a blessing. And at that same point, they're expected to suck a man's fucking dick. Like, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? All the shit that females go through at such a young, early age is fucked up. The way they are treated is so fucked up. Like, I remember the first time somebody wanted me to be sexual with them, I thought it was a fucking joke. I was like, I literally thought it was a fucking joke. Like, I didn't realize that was part of the program, but it's like, obviously, they put me on a program, you know? The minute I started going through puberty, I was on a program. And unfortunately for them, that meant that for me to follow their program, I had to have alcohol poisoning almost every single day of my life. To be a part of their program, I had to have alcohol poisoning. That's how fucking ignorant they are. And they don't want to see it as that. They don't want a 14-year-old to be that fucking smart to say you're fucking ignorant. Because it's masculine. It's masculinity. It's not ignorance. It's masculinity. No, it's fucking ignorance. But what's a fucking 14-year-old? Like, they only gave me the option to, oh, you can go be homeless. Like, that was actually an option given to me. Like, you're fucking crazy. We're fucking millionaires. Like, you know, go go to one of those homeless shelters, whatever those things are called, a child care center. Like, you know what I'm saying? The shit that I had to go through at such a young, early age is just fucking crazy. And I'm sure everyone goes through it, but not everyone is as smart as me. Or whatever I am, not everyone's like that. But I'm not saying I'm like this ostracized individual. It's just like, I just kind of see, I guess I'm really trying to see puberty because I feel like I never went through it like with myself. Like, it was almost like a societal thing. Like, well, the minute she's going through puberty, she can start sucking your guys' penises. You know, it meant something to other people. Like, I I think that's when you lose touch with yourself and your body and everything else. Like, it all of a sudden became to now you please men and you please everyone by, it's like, and then I was harming myself by getting alcohol poisoning. But oh, did you forget though? There was that Bible study they wanted you to go to. Don't you remember one of your friends wanted you to go to a Bible study. It's all your fault because you didn't take it seriously. It's like, you're right. I didn't take a Wednesday night Bible study seriously. My bad. Like, that, I did not take that shit seriously. I just fucking didn't. I fucking went though, actually. But it didn't have no context for me. Like, really, what I was hoping somebody would say was kill your entire family, and I fucking would. You know? But have you ever been abducted by aliens? It's just like, I just feel so special because I'm finally going through puberty, and someone would be like, you're fucking stupid. You're making all this up in your head. And it's like, that's what they would say too. They wish they could say that. And it's like, you know how I know that there's something my body was like holding back, which no one's ever going to tell you this? All right, I stopped shaving for a day or 2 days. Every woman does that, I'm sure. Some people don't. It's like, how lazy. And that's how funny, the funniest thing about it, how this is all set up. Only a fucking, even my 90-year-old grandma had a razor. Even an obese woman, everyone has been so peer pressured by a man to shave their armpits. There's no excuse not to shave your armpits. It's right at your head and it takes a second to do. And no one cares about the stray hair you miss. So, anyways, I went a day or two without shaving. I didn't even notice anything. Which 2 days, I don't think any woman's ever gone 2 days. But about at the fourth or fifth day, I was like feeling my fucking armpits, and that shit was like burning or something. Like there is something like deep inside my armpits that started happening when it actually started growing out. It was the weirdest feeling, like to the touch. I could feel this like the weirdest fucking feeling ever. It was almost like painful in a sense. It was so weird. It was like my whole entire pit area like had been burned or something like that. Like it was kind of like a stinging sensation coming from my whole entire pit area. And then like almost like a swelling. Like if you've ever felt like a swelling, it almost that's kind of how it felt, like a swelling. And like now it doesn't feel that way. It was the weirdest fucking thing ever. So it's like obviously shaving your armpits is doing something. So like I probably am going through puberty to tell you the truth. When you never fully I never fully went through puberty. So like I could just kill certain people, I really could. And like that's kind of how I think of it, like, you know, it's beyond bullying. Let's just say that. That's like at torturing. And then obviously people, the devil's advocate would say, but there's cultures where they chop off the woman's labia. It's like, yeah, and there's cultures where and there's insects that eat the other insect and then swallow it. There's insects that do that. They have sex with their mate and then they kill them. What's the difference there to the devil's advocate? I mean, it seems like there's more intelligence in that, right? Than cutting off a labia. What's your fucking point? You don't have a fucking point. Oh, still only one viewer though. But maybe they'll abduct me tonight. I'm just gonna finish watching my movie if you don't want to say anything else, James. James. James and I had a puberty talk. It started out at him asking me if I had been abducted by aliens, but obviously he wanted to see my armpits. And he might be the first man on the face of this fucking earth that's ever seen a woman's true armpits. Because I've lived my whole entire life, I ain't never seen a woman's armpits look like this. So he don't want to fucking talk. I'll give you 5 seconds though.